So we have discussed the gluteal region, and the next thing we will be discussing today is the back of the thigh, which is also called as the hamstring region. The four muscles, hamstrings are the four muscles on the back of the thigh, okay, and they have four characteristics, four muscles, and they have four characteristics. The four characteristics of the muscles are all these muscles, they take origin from ischial tuberosity. All the four muscles. I have not yet told you the name of those four muscles. The name of those four muscles are as follows. Semi means like. Semimembranosus, semitendinosus. You have heard these muscles names because you have studied the hip bone, right? So on the ischial tuberosity they take origin. Semimembranosus, semitendinosus, biceps femoris, and adductor magnus. These are the four muscles which take origin from the ischial tuberosity. So their first characteristic of these muscles is they take origin from the ischial tuberosity. Now suppose this is the ischial tuberosity. And this ischial tuberosity, last lot. This ischial tuberosity is divided by a horizontal line into superior and inferior portion. Ischial tuberosity is divided by a horizontal line into superior and inferior portion. So this is superior portion, this is inferior portion of ischial tuberosity. Inferior portion is further divided into medial portion and lateral portion. Okay. The superior portion is divided by an oblique line into superolateral portion and inferomedial portion. Superolateral portion and inferomedial portion. यश कहाँ पे है? यश समर्थ जरा उघडून पुस्तक. So from this medial side is related to bursa. So again I will repeat. This is ischial tuberosity divided by a horizontal line into superior part and inferior part. Inferior part is divided by a vertical line into medial part on which we sit. So there is a bursa related here. And lateral part, adductor magnus takes origin. Adductor magnus takes origin from the lateral part. Actually, when we studied the adductor compartment, we said it is taking origin from the conjoint ischiopubic ramus. So that origin, see, understand this. This is the pubis and this is the conjoint ischiopubic ramus, and here is the ischial tuberosity. We said adductor longus here, brevis here, gracilis here, and magnus here. So magnus goes like this to the lateral portion and inferior portion. It is inferior and lateral. No, I cannot show you in 3 dimensions. Okay, so this part which is from the conjoint ischiopubic ramus is the adductor part of the adductor magnus, and the part which extends into the lateral part of the ischial tuberosity is its hamstring part. So adductor magnus muscle has two parts. Adductor part from the taking origin from conjoint ischiopubic ramus, and the hamstring part which takes origin from ischial tuberosity. Okay. इंफीरोमीडियल से क्या ओरिजिन लेता है बोलो? एंड सुपीरोलैटरल, सुपीरोलैटरल से सेमी मेम्ब्रेनोसिस, सेमी मेम्ब्रेनोसिस, एंड इंफीरोमीडियल से सेमी टेंडेनोसिस प्लस बाइसेप्स femoris. Okay, so this is all about hamstrings origin. So first point, we said there are four hamstring muscles and they have four common characteristics. They have four common characteristics, and the first characteristics we said they take origin from ischial tuberosity. Then we went to the ischial tuberosity. We drew a diagram of ischial tuberosity. Horizontal line divides ischial tuberosity into superior and inferior. Inferior part divided by vertical line into medial part, on which we sit. The medial part is related to bursa. Lateral part, adductor magnus. The hamstring portion of the adductor magnus. Hamstring portion of the hamstring component of the adductor magnus. Okay. Superior part is divided by an oblique line into superolateral and infiromedial. From superolateral, what takes origin? Semimembranosis. From the infiromedial part, semitendinosis and ऐसे साथ में ओरिजिन हमने देखा था अपर लिम्ब में भी कहीं कोरोकॉइड प्रोसेस, उधर भी बाइसेप्स था, उसका भी दो हेड्स था. सो वन हेड वाज टेकिंग ओरिजिन, शॉर्ट हेड वाज टेकिंग ओरिजिन फ्रॉम. सो हियर बाइसेप्स फ्यूमोरिस long head. Long head is here. Short head takes origin from the femur. So short head of biceps femoris is not a hamstring. Is not a hamstring. Only the long head is hamstring. Okay. So this is the first characteristics of the hamstring. These muscles take origin from the ischial tuberosity. व्हेरी गुड. तुझा एप्रन कुठे आहे? एप्रन हा धुवायला टाकलाय, सुकतोय. हा ओके. इन्सर्शन, देअर इन्सर्शन. नाव काय तुझं? यश देशमुख. Insertion is on one of the bones of the leg. Insertion is on one of the bones of the leg. लेग मतलब नी के नीचे. हाँ, जो लेमैन पब्लिक होते हैं वो बोलते हैं माई लेग इज एकिंग. नो. कौन सा पार्ट? थाई, लेग, फुट. देयर आर थ्री पार्ट्स: थाई, लेग, फुट. So one of the bones of the leg means either tibia or fibula. So let's check semimembranosis. It is inserted on tibia. It is inserted on tibia, medial condyle, posterior surface. So when you will study tibia, medial condyle, posterior surface, there is a groove for insertion of this semimembranosis. Semimembranosis. Semimembranosis on tibia. Semitendinosis. तुझं नाव काय म्हणाला तू? यश. यश. ओके. Semitendinosis. Sorry, I'll talk about the biceps femoris plus. Biceps femoris is inserted on the apex of fibula. Apex of fibula in a C-shaped insertion. ऐसा होता है. Apex of fibula. बीच में fibular collateral ligament होता है, वो हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे. Apex of fibula. So एक टिबिया पे, एक फिबुला पे. Semitendinosus insertion I have already spoken with you. SGS. The medial part of the tibia is subcutaneous. मैंने एक बार आपको फील करने को भी बोला था. मीडियल पार्ट, उसके ऊपर जाओगे तो अपर मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द मीडियल सरफेस ऑफ द टीबिया, देर आर ओनली, otherwise the whole thing is subcutaneous, only 3 muscles are inserted. SGS, sartorius, gracilis, semitendinosus. So semitendinosus, its insertion on medial surface of tibia, medial surface, tibia, upper part, uppermost part. Okay. Now let's talk about adductor magnus. Where does adductor magnus get inserted? Adductor tuberosity. What is your name? Huh? Moin. Moid. Moiz. So what gets inserted on the adductor tuberosity is the hamstring part. And what gets inserted on linea aspera is the adductor part. Okay, linea aspera, vastus medialis, adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus, and this is the tubercle. So this is adductor part, here is hamstring part. Then short head of biceps femoris, then vastus lateralis. चलो वापस बोलो, vastus medialis, then adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus, short head of biceps femoris, vastus. इनके बीच में इंटरमस्कुलर सेप्टम भी होता है, यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे. दिस इज हाउ लिनिया एस्पेरा. इतना बड़ा नहीं रहता, वो ऐसा इतना सा रहता है छोटा सा, बट उसमें इतने सारे मसल्स हैं. ओके. तो नाउ this gets inserted like this over here. Lower end of femur, adductor tubercle, medial side. Here is tibia. This is femur, posterior surface, this is tibia. And from this, below this adductor tubercle starts a ligament of the knee joint called as tibial collateral ligament. Tibial collateral ligament. Tibial collateral ligament. Divorce. अपने इंडिया में ना डाइवोर्स का कंसेप्ट था ही नहीं, और अभी भी बहुत कम है. क्या है, लोग सहन करते, सुधरेगा, आज नहीं तो कल, थोड़े साल बाद, थोड़े महीने बाद. तो उसमें इतने साल निकल जाते तो लोग बोलते अब क्या करेंगे, बिछड़ के इसी के साथ जी लेंगे. तो इंडिया में ऐसा डाइवोर्स का कंसेप्ट था ही नहीं. फर्स्ट डाइवोर्स केस जब इंडिया में हुआ तो ऐसे हल्ला गुल्ला मच गया था. बट हमारे बॉडी में एक डाइवोर्स का केस है. टिबियल कोलैटरल लिगामेंट इज अ डाइवोर्स्ड टेंडन ऑफ एडक्टर मैग्नस. मतलब समझो, पहले डाइवोर्स से एक्साइट मत हो जाओ इतने. समझो कि ये मसल पहले इधर इंसर्टेड था. It was initially getting inserted on tibia, adductor magnus. Then its insertion got shifted here, and this part became tibial collateral ligament, and that is why it is still considered as hamstring, because our calling it a hamstring, Our second criteria was the muscle should be inserted on one of the bones of the leg. And as, what is your name? Moiz. Moiz said that it gets inserted on adductor tubercle. But no, through the tibial collateral ligament, which is considered as its divorce tendon, it was originally getting inserted on tibia. Insertion has shifted up. So therefore it is still considered as hamstring, and this is how it fulfills the second criteria. Okay, everybody got it? Why adductor magnus is still called a hamstring when it is not inserted on one of the bones of the leg? Yeah, because tibial collateral ligament which gets inserted on the tibia is considered as its divorced tendon. Okay? It is supplied by tibial part of sciatic nerve. Tibial part of sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve पे lecture हुआ आपका? It is supplied by tibial part of sciatic nerve. Therefore, long head of biceps is supplied by common peroneal part of the sciatic and not by the tibial part. Okay? And the fourth criteria, they are the extensors of hip and flexors of knee. They are extensors of the hip and flexors of the knee joint. Correct? Because they cause flexion of the knee joint. Correct? So 4 characteristics of hamstrings. What is the first characteristic? Origin from? Second, insertion on one of the either tibia or fibula. So adductor magnus, why it is still a hamstring when it is getting inserted on femur? The tibial collateral ligament is supposed to be its divorced tendon. It is supplied by sciatic nerve. Tibial part of sciatic. Sciatic nerve has 2 parts, tibial part and common peroneal part. The fourth criteria, extensor of hip and flexor of knee joint. Yes, push सगळं मी आलो. Okay, so if I draw the picture of the hamstrings, suppose this is the lateral side and this is the medial side. The biceps femoris, it takes its origin along with semitendinosus and goes like this. Semimembranosus is on the medial side and the semitendinosus lies on it. Semitendinosus, insertion is like a tendon, it is very short muscle, looks like a tendon. Semitendinosus. Semimembranosus, origin is membranous, so name semimembranosus. Semi-final, like a final. Semitendinosus, semimembranosus, like a membrane, origin. Semitendinosus, insertion like, मतलब the whole insertion, so मतलब normally कैसा tendon is such a small thing near. This fellow from here only it starts looking like a tendon. तो थोड़ा सा पार्ट ही ऊपर मस्कुलर है, बाकी नीचे से एकदम ऐसा टेंडन. अरे मसल है या टेंडन है, तो इसको नाम क्या दे दिया? सेमी टेंडनोसिस. ओके. नाउ द नी, these are going down and on the posterior portion of the knee and here this muscle of the calf, gastrocnemius, ये भी आपने नाम सुना है, आपको फीमर हो गया है. Gastrocnemius lateral head, gastrocnemius medial head, and here there is one more muscle called plantaris. So on the posterior surface of the knee, we are seeing a pyriform shaped fossa called as popliteal fossa. So what are the boundaries of the popliteal fossa? Superolaterally two muscles. Superomedially two muscles. Superolaterally one muscle. Inferolaterally two muscles. Inferomedially one muscle. Abhi you have to tell me the name. So boundaries of the popliteal fossa are formed by, on the superomedial side, see it is like this. So superomedially it is formed by semimembranosus and semitendinosus. Superolaterally it is formed by biceps femoris. Inferolaterally by lateral head of gastrocnemius plantaris, and inferomedially by medial head of gastrocnemius and plantaris किधर रहता है? medially रहता है, laterally रहता है? lateral. Okay. So there is roof, there is laterally होता है. There is roof formed by skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, but superficial fascia containing femoral triangle में क्या था? Superficial fascia containing गीतांजलि, बरोबर है. ग्रेट सेफेनस वेन था ना, ग्रेट सेफेनस. तो यहाँ पे होता है स्मॉल सेफेनस वेन. सुपरफिशियल फेशिया कंटेनिंग स्मॉल सेफेनस वेन. एंड देन देयर आर सम क्यूटेनियस ब्रांचेस, सूरल कम्युनिकेटिंग नर्व or peroneal communicating nerve, and then there is cutaneous branch of the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Okay, so some cutaneous nerves you will find, but small saphenous vein bhulna nahi hai. Cutaneous branch of the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh, sural communicating nerve. So these are some of the contents in the roof. Skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, superficial fascia containing which vein? Small saphenous vein. So femoral triangle के रूफ में सुपरफिशियल फेशिया कंटेनिंग great saphenous vein, popliteal fossa, superficial fascia containing small saphenous vein. See, हमारा जो फुट है, फुट, तो दिस इज द ग्रेट टो और बाकी, तो वहां पे एक ऐसा वीनस आर्च दिखता है. आप अगर आपके फुट को देखने को कभी आपको टाइम मिला, फुर्सत लग, सो ऐसा एक वीनस आर्च होता है. उसके मीडियल एंड से ग्रेट सेफेनस वेन चालू होता है, उसके लैटरल एंड से स्मॉल सेफेनस वेन चालू होता है. ओके, सो बोथ ऑफ देम स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द डॉर्सल वीनस आर्च ऑफ द फुट. ओके, फ्रॉम द मीडियल एंड स्टार्ट्स द ग्रेट सेफेनस वेन, फ्रॉम द लैटरल एंड स्टार्ट्स द small saphenous vein. Clear? So this small saphenous vein from the lateral end goes behind and in the roof of the popliteal fossa. What forms the floor of the popliteal fossa? So 3 structures, 1, 2 and 3. To appreciate it in a better way, we will look at it from the lateral aspect. This is femur. This is the popliteal surface of the femur. बरोबर ना? Popliteal surface of femur posteriorly, lower part, femur anatomy, lower part, popliteal surface of femur. This is tibia. Okay, this is tibia. So this is capsule of the knee joint, especially oblique popliteal ligament. And here posteriorly on the tibia there is a muscle called as popliteus. खास उसके लिए ही बना है. देखो फ्लोर याद रखना इजी है. अपर पार्ट इज फॉर्म बाय popliteal फोसा का बात करें, popliteal surface of femur. लोअर पार्ट फॉर्म बाय फेशिया कवरिंग popliteus मसल. बीच में क्या है? नी जॉइंट है, कैप्सूल ऑफ द नी जॉइंट, स्पेशली ऑब्लिक popliteal ligament आ रही. सो popliteal ही है फ्लोर में, oblique popliteal ligament. So let's repeat: popliteal surface of femur, oblique popliteal ligament and capsule of the knee joint, fascia covering popliteus muscle, popli. उसमें और क्या होणार? देखो एकदा एका पोपटीन म्हणजे काय कळतं का तुम्हाला? पोपटाची बायको, पोपटिनीची डिलिव्हरी होती आणि तो पोपट असा बाहेर डिलिव्हरी रूमच्या बाहेर अशा फेऱ्या घालून, आणि मग ते बाळाचा आवाज आला. तर तिने जाऊन विचारलं की काय झालं? नर्स म्हणाली काय नाही, पोपट झाला. पण मराठीत म्हणतो ना पोपट ओके. तसंच काय असणार पॉप्लिटियल फोसामध्ये? क्या रहेगा? पॉप्लिट फ्लोर सब पॉप्लिट एवरीथिंग. पॉप्लिटियल सरफेस ऑफ फीमर, ऑब्लिक पॉप्लिटियल लिगामेंट और popliteus muscle, fascia covering popliteus muscle. Okay. Now we'll go to the last component of it. The last component. The last component is the contents. इसका contents ना इसका कंटेंट्स अगर आपको याद रखना है, सो सपोज दिस इज मीडियल साइड एंड दिस इज लैटरल साइड. इसका कंटेंट भी सब पॉप्लिटियल आर्टरी, पॉप्लिटियल वेन. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज द femoral artery had a course in femoral triangle. From femoral triangle it went into adductor canal, and then it pierces adductor magnus and comes on the posterior side. So when it comes on the posterior side, it is medial. उधर वो वेन के lateral होता है, but In the adductor canal, it is anterior. So by the time it comes here on the posterior surface, it is medial vein. Artery, popliteal artery. This is medial side, this is lateral side. Then is vein. Now I don't have a yellow chalk somehow. So I am using white for this vein, nerve. Tibial nerve is here. The sciatic nerve divides at the uppermost angle of the popliteal fossa into tibial and common peroneal. So tibial nerve is here. तो उसका कंटेंट एक ही डायग्राम में दिखा सकते हैं आप. बेसिकली क्या है? अपर पार्ट आर्टरी इज मीडियल, लोअर पार्ट आर्टरी इज लैटरल. अपर पार्ट tibial nerve is lateral, lower part tibial nerve is medial. Vein remains like that only. And here is another branch, common peroneal nerve. Common peroneal nerve. So it और laterally रह जाता है. Now only question is, what is the situation in the middle part? Middle में क्या लिखोगे? Anterior to posterior. In the middle you will write anterior to posterior. So what is most anterior? Artery. Then vein. Then nerve. So normally arteries are deeper. Arteries are very deep. Okay. To protect them, arteries are deeper. Because artery को कट होता है तो fountain. So let's write the content. ये 4 कंटेंट है उसका बस. बाकी popliteal pad of fat, popliteal कुछ आपको याद नहीं है तो popliteal lymph node, popliteal pad of fat, popliteal bursa. तो बाकी फिलर्स तो होता ही है. ओके, बाय नाउ आपको समझा रहेगा कि आपके दोस्त कौन है. स्किन, सुपरफिशियल फेशिया, एंटीरियर लिखे स्किन, सुपरफिशियल फेशिया, डीप फेशिया. नेक्स्ट ईयर में आप जाओगे फार्मेकोलॉजी, नॉशिया, वॉमिटिंग, साइड इफेक्ट्स ऑफ ड्रग्स. क्या लिखेंगे? नॉशिया, तो होता है कुछ भी खाए. तो एक बार हमारे इसमें एंटी एमिटिक्स, उल्टी न होने के लिए नॉशिया, एंटी नॉशिया ड्रग्स का पूछा था. व्हाट आर द साइड इफेक्ट? हम लोग सब लिखे है नॉशिया, वॉमिटिंग. सर येड़े, एंटी नॉशिया ड्रग का तो थोड़ा अलग लिखो. सर सॉरी हम लोग आदत पड़ गए ना. तो ऐसे आप लोग का क्या आदत पड़ गए? एंटीरियरली क्या है? स्किन, सुपरफिशियल. अरे किडनी इधर पोस्टीरियर वॉल पे रहता है, इधर पीछे, उसके आगे 2-4 ऑर्गन रहते, फिर भी लोग रहते हैं एंटीरियरली, स्किन, सुपरफिशियल फेशिया. अरे किडनी को अप्रोच इधर से करते हैं. पोस्टीरियरली आप स्किन, सुपरफिशियल फेशिया, डीप फेशिया लिखोगे तो हमको कुछ तो जरा सा एग्री करेंगे हम, बिकॉज दे आर अटैच्ड हियर. ओके, सो कंटेंट्स आर popliteal artery, popliteal vein, tibial nerve, common peroneal. Common peroneal. Okay. So in the upper part from medial to lateral side is artery, vein, nerve. In the middle part anterior to posterior is artery, vein, nerve. In the lower part medial to lateral side is nerve, artery. Nerve, vein and artery. Popliteal fossa, applied anatomy. This artery is so closely attached to the knee joint on the posterior aspect. Okay, so therefore every movement of the knee, हम लोग knee flex करते तो artery सोचो कैसा. So there are chances that the wall of the popliteal artery can get damaged, atherosclerosed. Okay, there can be thrombosis in the popliteal region. Okay, that is one. But first you should write the physiological use. We can feel the pulse of the lower limb in the popliteal fossa. You flex the knee and put your hand in the popliteal fossa, you can feel the pulse of the popliteal artery. Why do we need to feel the pulse of the popliteal artery? You can take blood pressure measurement of the popliteal artery also over there. because there are some condition like aorta, after it gives the subclavian artery, the aorta may get, partially blocked. Coarctation of aorta बोलते हैं उसको. तो उसमें because it is blocked here, less blood is going to the lower limb. So lower limb blood pressure will be low, upper limb blood pressure will be high. Because blood less is going down and more is going to the upper limb. Okay, so such conditions you need to take the blood pressure in the lower limb. Okay, so popliteal fossa clear? Actions of these four hamstring muscles. Yes. Yeah, I'll talk about this. So tibial nerve और tibial part of sciatic nerve में क्या difference है? Initially both of them are together in one sheet. So that time whatever they supply, we say tibial part of sciatic nerve, because it appears that the sciatic nerve is supplying, but actually tibial nerve is supplying. So तभी when both of them are together and they supply some muscles, that time we use the word tibial part of sciatic nerve, because nerve seems to be coming from sciatic. नीचे जाके now when they split off and they become separate, tibial and common peroneal. So after this they will be called as tibial nerve. So the muscles of the calf will be supplied by tibial nerve, but hamstrings we say tibial part of sciatic nerve. It's the same nerve, but it's in a single sheet. It is not, we cannot see the nerve. Okay, that's why we say tibial part of sciatic nerve. The actions of these hamstrings I already told you. Extension of knee and flexion of. तो मैंने आपको बोला कि gluteus maximus is the chief extensor while climbing, getting up from sitting position. These are useful more in walking also, more in walking. इसके लिए आप ज्यादा चलते हो तो पेन यहाँ पे होता. ज्यादा चलोगे तो ऐसा हैमस्ट्रिंग के पीछे, ज्यादा रनिंग तो हैमस्ट्रिंग पुल, मस्ट हैव हर्ड ऑफ दिस. ज्यादा क्लाइंबिंग करते हैं तो पेन ग्लूटेल रीजन में होता है. Okay, but both of them are extensor, but gluteus maximus is the chief extensor. Okay, they have an additional action. When we flex our knee in a semi-flexed knee, जो lateral side का muscle है, biceps femoris, it will cause lateral rotation of the knee. And medial side के दो muscle है, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, they will cause medial rotation of the knee. Okay, so medial side muscles, semimembranosus, semitendinosus cause medial rotation, biceps femoris cause lateral rotation in a semi-flexed knee. Because knee joint is what type of a joint? It's a hinge. Okay, it's a modified hinge. We'll discuss this. Because it is modified hinge, otherwise the only two movements should take place there, flexion, extension. Because it is modified hinge, few more movements take place. And what are those few more movements? There are two types of rotation, conjunct and adjunct rotations. ये आपको सिखाया है जनरल एनाटॉमी. Conjunct and adjunct rotation happen with every flexion extension, which is called as locking and unlocking of the knee. Independent rotation, what I am talking in a semi-flexed knee, are called as adjunct rotation. Adjunct, they are independent rotations. While conjunct rotations, you cannot see them. You cannot see them. Every time we flex our knee, there is a rotation inside and the knee gets locked. We will discuss about locking and unlocking. So conjunct happens along with locking and unlocking of knee. It happens simultaneously with flexion, every flexion and extension. Adjunct are independent rotations. You have to remember this. Adjunct rotations are independent rotations. Okay? They happen in semi-flexed knee. They don't happen in extended position. Okay? So with that we finish the hamstrings and popliteal fossa.